What's up, y'all? Back with another project. This one, my 2002 Ford Mustang GT with the 4.6 liter V8, 5-speed. Got a nice little neat project. That's replacing these valve cover gaskets. Alright. There's a little spot right there that's leaking a little bit of oil, also on the back end on the gasket, but over here it's a little worse with the oil coming out of those little circle gaskets coming from the bolts on there. Okay, so well, it's not going to be too hard of a job, as you can see. You can go ahead and get the Haynes repair manual for this and do it by yourself. Pretty easy to follow through the book, or you can pay attention to my video and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's going to be pretty simple. Mine has about 120,000 miles on it. Not too bad. I've been wanting to take care of this for a while, so finally have the time to do it. Anyways, what I'm basically going to start out doing is I guess move things around. It's not going to be too much. What I'm planning on doing is using a extension 3/8 drive ratchet, 8mm deep socket, and probably a U-joint, but one of those flex to hook up the socket from the extension. I'm going to take off these hoses. Other than that, it should be good to go. That's for that side. For this side, I'm going to go ahead and take off my intake. This could be your stock intake. This is just my K&N cold air intake. Other than that, I'm going to loosen up these hoses. Remove that PCV valve. Other than that, it should be a pretty clean removal and installation of these gaskets. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out doing that, and I'll get back to y'all. Alright, so as always, go ahead and disconnect that negative battery terminal. I went ahead and loosen up this hose right there, and I'm gonna move on over. Disconnect your mass airflow sensor. Alright, and I went ahead and loosen up this clamp that I have right here. This one should pop right out. Alright, so those hoses are loose. I'm going to go ahead and take off my cold air intake. There it is. Already loosened that one up. Nice and smooth. Gotta take care of my baby. Oh! Here she comes out. Just like so. Let's keep it together. No need to loosen up all the clamps. As you can see, it loosened up a lot of room. This one's gonna just pop right off. It's my PCV valve. Probably gonna go ahead and replace that as well. It's a cheap part. Alright. Next, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is probably pop this wire harness off. Be real careful with these weird, odd looking color little plastic hoses. These are what you call vacuum hoses. I know most of y'all probably know what that is. Anyways, you don't want to crack these. Move them as much, just crack them basically, because these will cause vacuum leaks, causing your idle to be all thrown all over the place. So just be real careful. Just baby it, you know. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and move away this harness, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so here I am. Loosen up all this wiring. Just basically you want to tuck it away. Have a exit and entrance for your valve covers. Make it a little easier on yourself. I did remove those vacuum hoses, just like that. And I put that wiring, stick it over. The valve cover should be able to go ahead and sneak in just like that and install it. Alright, so now This is what I'm going to be using. Got a 3/8 drive ratchet, 6-inch extension. This is what I was talking to you about. This would be better for the lower bolts, such as down here. For the top ones, no need for an yeah, you can actually. So go ahead and use this 8mm 3/8 drive deep socket. I'm just going to start going to town. Alright, so I finished removing the bolts off of these valve covers. Those 3 back there and those 3 back there, both on the lower sides, are pain in the ass. So what I did is use multiple extensions. I used 2 6-inch extensions. Kind of worked it around. Not a big deal. You just got to work around some things. When in doubt, go ahead and drop to a 1/4 inch ratchet, and that'll help you out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out, and get to the rest probably tomorrow. So I'll continue this video tomorrow. Alright, so I've gone to the left side. I've had to do a little more things than what I thought I had to. Since I pulled that negative battery cable, I ain't got no fuel pressure. Go ahead and take off this fuel rail. Should be an 8mm bolt right there. One right here. Go ahead and loosen it, bring it up, rest it on top of that throttle body. I went ahead, moved this wire, this wire harness, put them over these cops, coil plugs, and that should give you a whole lot more room than what you should need. I also disconnected this, whatever this is, since it was coming across. That's what it connected to. So as you can see right here, nothing but room. This is what you want, and I'll show you for the right side next. Alright, so I finished taking off both of the valve covers. I already told you about this one. It's pretty easy. I just got to move around those AC hoses. As far as this side goes, a little more difficult. Brake booster gets in the way, so you're forced to move it out the other way in order to raise that valve cover over the camshaft. Best way I seem to do it: take off that fuel rail, keep the injectors on the fuel rail, move this wire harness, move it over, and it should be able to fold up just like that, and then go ahead and move it out. So that's how it looks right there. Another thing is your oil pan, your dipstick. It's held on right down here to this cylinder. I believe it's a 10mm. Best way to get that is go ahead and take it off with a just a wrench. You should be able to get it out. And other than that, loosen up this little bracket. This bracket is held on by 2 8mm bolts. And after you're done doing all that, you're ready to go ahead and start cleaning along where the gasket's going to sit. As you can see, there's some gasket sealer right here, so when I put it back on, I'm going to put some gasket sealer back as well. So on these gasket jobs, a lot of it is cleaning, so you want to make sure it's spot free, no gasket left on it. And a good way to do that is use a little razor and some elbow grease, and go ahead and spend the time to make it clean and whatnot, so that when you put on your fresh new gaskets, it'll seal up nice and tight, airtight, and you won't have any problems with leaking after you're done with this whole project. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, next step is you want to thoroughly clean your valve covers. Make sure you use a degreaser, sponge, anything to help get all that oil off of the old ones. You want to make sure it's all nice and clean, and then you want to air dry it. So it's all clean right here. The other one as well. Get all that old oil off, and then you're going to just let it air dry, and let that be for about 15-30 minutes. Alright, so they're done air drying. I'll go ahead and put those gaskets on them. Make sure they're in place. Now, what you want to do, now there wasn't any gasket sealer on the previous gasket, so it doesn't need it. You could put it if you really want to. As for mine, I'm not going to put it. The only place where I'm going to put a bead of gasket sealer, which is this black silicone adhesive sealant. You get this at AutoZone as well. I'm going to go ahead and put a bead right here, as you can see, and then on the bottom side right here. Looks like those are the only two places. I don't see anywhere else where I should put it, so I'm going to go ahead and put that bead, and then go ahead and put that valve cover on top of it, and go ahead and I just hand tighten all the screws into the valve cover, and this is for the left side. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. Alright, so passenger side done. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure you don't over tighten these bolts. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be torquing them to a certain amount, but I think that the torque wrench is too big to get into the tight spaces. Anyways, rule of thumb when I'm doing gaskets, pretty much just snug, not over tight. You don't want to break the gasket and over pressurize a part of it compared to another side. Also, when tightening them, go ahead and do opposite sides. So if you want to tighten down first, you're going to go ahead and do this one second, third, followed by the fourth, bottom left, fifth, you know, 6, 7. You get the idea. All right, you want to just keep crisscrossing your tightening pattern so that the valve cover can sit nice and flat. All right, so that side is done. Real tight fit, but it was able to get done. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on this side. Same thing, as you can see, I did put that little bead of gasket sealer right there, so make sure you don't forget about that. Alright, so I put this driver's side valve cover back on, all the screws nice and snug. This one was a whole lot easier than that passenger side, I'll tell you that, and they give you a whole lot less trouble. So right now I'm just going to put everything back together, and that's pretty much all you need to do to replace your valve covers. I'm just going to finish up plugging up my fuel rail and all the plugs, vacuum lines, put my intake back on, and I should be good to go. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I hope you understood this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment. Other than that, have a good time trying to replace it.